Stop what you are doing. Heaven is releasing something into your life right now, and it is going to unfold over the next 7 days in ways that you could miss if you do not know what to look for. I was sent here today to give you a sign for each of the next 7 days. A specific thing to watch for, a specific confirmation that what heaven is releasing is real and on schedule. But here is the critical thing. The 7 days starts today, right now, the moment this video ends. Which means if you leave before I give you all 7 days, you will enter the window without knowing what heaven placed there for you to find. And I cannot let that happen. So stay with me for every sign, because each one is specific to where you are right now in your journey. And day 7, the final sign, is the one that will confirm everything you have been waiting to have confirmed. Type 7 days in the comments. Make a covenant with the universe that you are entering this window ready to receive every sign. Before the 7 signs, the context that makes them meaningful. The chosen ones are not in a random season right now. Heaven operates in cycles, seasons of preparation, seasons of testing, and seasons of release. And the chosen ones who have been in the preparation and testing phases, the ones who have been doing the inner work, maintaining the faith, carrying the vision through seasons that offered no visible confirmation, are entering a release season. A release season is not one event, it is a sequence. A series of signs and confirmations and small breakthroughs that arrive in a specific order over a short window of time, building toward the moment when the full release becomes visible. The 7 days I am about to describe are the beginning of your release sequence. Heaven does not release all at once. It releases in waves, each one preparing the chosen one to receive the next. The 7 days I am giving you are the first wave. Watch for each sign, receive each one as confirmation, and know that every sign you recognize is proof that the sequence is on schedule. Day 1, a piece that arrives without explanation. On the first day of this window, watch for a piece that arrives without obvious cause. Not because your circumstances changed, not because a problem was solved or a question was answered, but a settling, a moment of unexpected calm in the middle of what should still be uncertain. This is not denial or avoidance. This is heaven's way of marking the beginning of the release sequence, by sending the piece ahead of the evidence so that your spirit can prepare to receive without the interference of anxiety. When you feel it, however briefly, however unexpectedly, recognize it. Do not explain it away. Do not tell yourself it is temporary. It is the first sign. Heaven just confirmed the sequence has started. I send peace before I send the evidence, because the peace prepares the vessel to hold what the evidence confirms. When the peace arrives, it is not the absence of reality. It is heaven's signal that the reality being prepared for you is good. The peace I feel today is not random. It is the first sign. Heaven has marked the beginning. Day 2, a conversation you did not plan that changes something. On the second day, pay attention to an unexpected conversation. Not a grand announcement or a significant event. A conversation, maybe with someone you know, maybe with someone you encounter by what seems like chance. A few words exchanged that land differently than expected. Something said that answers a question you had not yet spoken out loud. Heaven frequently uses people as messengers. The chosen ones who are in a release sequence almost always report that the first external sign arrives as a conversation, a word spoken by someone who had no idea what they were delivering, at a moment when the chosen one needed it most. Do not dismiss it as coincidence. Nothing in this 7-day window is coincidence. Type day 2 ready in the comments. Tell heaven you are paying attention to the conversations it is arranging. Day 3. Something you have been waiting on begins to move. By the 3rd day, watch for movement in something that has been still. Not completion, movement. The situation that felt completely fixed, the door that appeared permanently closed, will show the first sign of shift. A change in tone from someone who was immovable. A development in a circumstance that had no development. Something small enough that it would be easy to miss if you were not watching for it. Do not miss it. The small movement on day 3 is not a minor development. It is the first visible crack of a door that heaven has been unlocking from the other side since before this 7-day window opened. Receive it as confirmation, not as the full answer, as the beginning of the answer. What moves on day 3 has been waiting for your faith to reach this level before it could move. Your continued belief brought it to the threshold of movement. What you see on this day is the direct result of everything you chose to keep believing. Day 4, an unexpected provision arrives at the right moment. On the 4th day, watch for an unexpected provision. Something that arrives at exactly the right moment to cover exactly the right need. It may be financial. It may be the arrival of someone who carries something you needed. It may be information, an opportunity, a resource, a connection appearing in a way that the timing of makes its origin unmistakable. The chosen ones in release seasons consistently report that one of the earliest external signs is a provision that could not have been engineered by human effort or planning. It arrives as evidence that the universe has been working on your behalf in the practical dimensions of your life, not just the spiritual ones. When it arrives, and it will receive it with gratitude, not as luck, as delivery. Type provision received on day 4 when it arrives. Come back to the comments and tell me. I will be reading. Day 5, a door opens that you had stopped expecting. By day 5, a door you had stopped expecting to open will open. Not a new door, one you have seen before. One you approached at some point in the journey and found closed and eventually accepted as closed and moved your expecting away from. It will open, not because your efforts unlocked it, because the timing was never wrong, the readiness was not yet complete, and heaven, which has been waiting for the version of you that this release season has been producing, has decided that the version who exists on day 5 of this window is exactly the person who can walk through that door. Be ready to walk through it. Do not hesitate at the threshold. The chosen ones who receive the greatest breakthroughs are the ones who walk through the open door without requiring a second confirmation. The opening is the confirmation. Take one step forward. The door that opens on day 5 was never locked against you. It was held until you became who the other side of it requires. You are that person now. Walk through. I walk through every door that opens in this season without hesitation. The opening is the confirmation. I trust it. Day 6, a restoration arrives for something you had released. On day 6, something will be restored. Something you had grieved. Something you let go completely, genuinely, without holding on to the hope of its return. Because holding on was costing more than the releasing. You released it, and then in this window on this day it returns, in a form better than what you released, in a timing more perfect than what you planned, in a way that makes the loss look like it was always a rerouting rather than an ending. The restoration of day 6 is not heaven rewarding you for letting go. It is heaven revealing that what you surrendered was never permanently gone. It was being perfected in the space between its leaving and its returning. What comes back on day 6 will be better than what left. It always is. Type restored in the comments when day 6 arrives. Let the universe know you received what it returned. Day 7, you will know without anyone telling you that everything changed. And the 7th day, the final sign, the one I told you to stay for. On day 7, you will know. Not because someone tells you, not because the external evidence is so overwhelming that the conclusion is unavoidable. You will know the way the chosen ones always know, in the quiet, in the settled certainty of a spirit that has received what it was waiting for. Something will have shifted at a level deeper than circumstances. A quality of the air around your life will be different. A weight that followed you into every morning of the previous season will not be there. The specific anxiety of the waiting, the particular heaviness of faith maintained without visible confirmation, will have lifted. Not because everything is perfect, not because all questions are answered, because something fundamental has changed. And you will know it before anyone else sees it, before the full visible evidence arrives, before you can point to it and say, "Look, here is the proof." You will know. And that knowing, arriving in the stillness of day 7, is the most intimate confirmation heaven gives. It does not arrive in a grand announcement. It arrives as a quiet certainty that settles into the deepest part of who you are and does not leave. Day 7 is mine to give and yours to receive. What you will know on this day has been true for longer than you realize. I was simply waiting for the moment when you were still enough to hear it. The release sequence has not just changed your circumstances, it has changed you. And the you that emerges from these 7 days will carry a certainty that nothing the external world sends will be able to shake. That certainty is the gift. Everything else that comes is simply the evidence of it. Type 7 days received when your window is complete. Come back to this video. Tell me what heaven did. I will be here. Say each day with me, out loud, like someone who has just received the map of the next 7 days of their life and is claiming every sign before it arrives. Day 1, I receive the peace. It is heaven marking the beginning. Day 2, I pay attention to the conversation. Heaven is speaking through it. Day 3, I recognize the movement. The door is cracking open. Day 4, I receive the provision. It is delivery, not luck. Day 5, I walk through the open door without hesitation. Day 6, I receive what was restored. It came back better than it left. Day 7, I know. And the knowing is the most sacred confirmation of all. Heaven is releasing something in my life in the next 7 days. I enter this window with open hands, clear eyes, and complete faith. I will not miss a single sign. Save this video right now. Come back to it each day for the next 7 days. Let it remind you what to watch for on each day of the window. And come back to the comments. Tell me what heaven did on each day. I will be reading every single one. Subscribe so you receive a new message every morning. Each morning of the next 7 days, I will have something to meet you with. I will see you tomorrow. Day 1 starts now. Watch for the peace.